This time of year, people all over the world bring a little piece of the Northwest inside their home.
Here, we're used to seeing Doug firs everywhere. It's almost easy to forget about them.
But the Doug fir is a remarkable organism.
And its story is tied up with our own. This is the Brummet fir. It's the tallest Douglas fir on Earth.
It's 320 feet tall, and that's like 10 two-story houses stacked up on top of each other. It's about 50 feet short of the tallest tree in the world. Nowadays, we think of redwoods as being the tallest trees on the planet.
But the tallest tree ever cut? That was probably a Doug fir. This 465-foot beast was cut in Washington state in 1897, and there are old logging stories of Doug firs possibly as tall as 480 feet.
That's basically the theoretical limit that scientists have calculated. Any taller than that, and a tree can't bring up enough water to reach the top. And it takes a long time to get that big.
The Brummet fir is probably more than 500 years old. That's around the time Leonardo da Vinci finished the Mona Lisa. That's more than 300 years before this guy first came to the Northwest. Imagine being David Douglas sailing from England in the 1820s.
And arriving in the Northwest old-growth forests, filled with giants.
He was on an expedition for the London Royal Horticultural Society.
And he sent back what would later be known as Douglas fir seeds to England. It was one of about 240 species of plants introduced to the country.
The Doug fir turned out to be popular. It grew fast,
Liked wet climates,
and produced strong timber.
and within a few decades, Doug fir plantations started showing up in Europe.
Back in the Northwest, Doug fir forests became the backbone of a growing timber economy.
Those forests were full of giants, and in some places, still are.
But what we didn't know until recently is that the real action is happening underground.
Almost all plants form a relationship with fungus that lives in the ground. The fungus intertwines with roots and fills spaces in the soil. The tree feeds the fungus with sugars, and the fungus gives water and nutrients to the tree.
In the 1990s, experiments with Doug firs in Canada showed that the trees can use these fungal networks for something amazing.
They communicate. If one tree needs extra sugars, another tree can send it through the fungus.
If a tree comes under attack, it can chemically signal other trees in its network, so they can release defense chemicals to repel the attack.
And so-called mother trees use the network to recognize their own seedlings and give them extra nutrients. Doug firs aren't the only trees to use a fungal network this way, but they're the ones we understand the best so far.
These trees have been talking in the Northwest for tens of millions of years. Their ability to cooperate and adapt has helped them survive multiple ice ages.
Each time bouncing back to fill the landscape with lush forest.
It's a forest that greeted Douglas.
As it did the first humans to come over from Asia thousands of years before. In the last couple hundred years, we've brought these trees all over Earth.
We use them to build our world.
And every once in a while, they remind us that we live in theirs.